Okay, here we go with our next video. Today's video is on dividing fractions. Your learning target for the video is students can rewrite division problems as multiplication problems. Okay, and then we're going to find the answer to them. So for a lot of you, you're going to like this. This is not modeling. This is just how you're going to solve it algebraically. Okay, so if you need to finish writing down the learning target, do that. If you're not done, then go ahead and pause, and I am going to move on to the next screen. Okay, in example 1 here, we're first just going to talk about finding the reciprocal. Okay, in order to answer division problems, you need to know what a reciprocal is, or as you can see in my definition there, inverse. So you might see that word kind of interchanged. Okay, and what a reciprocal is reciprocals are you have two numbers. Two numbers are reciprocals of each other if their product is 1. Product is your answer to multiplication. So if you can multiply two numbers, okay, and when you multiply them you get an answer of 1, those numbers represent reciprocals. Okay, so what does that mean for you? Well, in fraction form, that means that when you're multiplying, you want the numerator and the denominator of one fraction to be switched or flipped for the other fraction. Okay, and then that way you end up with the same number divided by the same number, which is 1. Okay, I got 3 examples here. Okay, in example A, we got the fraction 2/5. So what's the reciprocal of 2/5? Which means 2/5 times what number equals 1? Okay, well, it's really simple. You just want to switch these numerator and denominator. That's going to be 5/2. Okay, why? Well, 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. So there's the work, which you don't have to show. Okay, but that's why it works. Okay, so just flipping those. All right, 2 1/4. What do you do here? Okay, is the answer going to be 2 4/1? No, you have to turn it into an improper fraction first. So first thing I'm going to do is 2 times 4, numerator or denominator times the whole number plus 1. Okay, so that's going to give me 9/4. 8 plus 1 is 9. Now I can find the reciprocal of that, and the reciprocal of 9/4 is 4/9. So my answer is 4/9. Okay. Notice that when I have a fraction, my reciprocal is more than 1, and when I have a mixed number, my reciprocal is going to be less than 1. So that should be a clue to help you. Okay. 15. Well, this is not a fraction, so the first thing I'm going to do is write it as a fraction. 15 is the same as 15/1. Now I can flip that, so that is 1/15. So a whole number is just put the 1 on top, okay, because the 1's on the bottom now. So we need to flip that to be the 1 on top. Okay, if you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next screen. Okay, in example 2, let's do some rewriting division as multiplication and then solving. So that's what we're going to do in example 2. In our first example, we have 5/8 divided by 2/3. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite the division as multiplication. Okay, so what this means is 5/8, 2/3 of 5/8, of meaning multiplication. So I'm going to write this as 5/8 times, and then I'm going to take the reciprocal of the second number, 3/2. Okay, notice that the first fraction stayed the same. Okay, now we wrote this as multiplication, so now we wrote it as multiplication, and then this part, that is where we use our reciprocal. Okay, so the first fraction stays the same, we're turning that to multiplication, and we're going to do the reciprocal of the next number. Okay, that is how you write that as multiplication. Okay, that's what division is. All right, so we are going to now answer this problem. 5 times 3, I'll rewrite it over here. Okay, you multiply across. 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times 2 is 16. You get 15/16. You can't simplify it. You can't turn it into a mixed number, so you are done. Okay. If you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm moving on to the next one. Okay, in the next example, I'm going to rewrite this as multiplication again. So that's going to be 1/4, stays the same, times, you can do the reciprocal of this one, that's going to be 3/2. Okay, now I'm going to multiply them. Now it's a multiplication problem. I'm going to multiply them. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 2 is 8. I cannot simplify. I cannot turn it into a mixed number. And I am done. Okay, that is it for today's lesson. If you have to go back and watch anything again, do that. Otherwise, I will see you guys in class.